Gimp. Alright, so take up some plastic. I ordered everything with the suspension. Got everything today. Alright, y'all, so here we got this AC Delco front shocks, alignment pins. Those gonna be new. We go to this sway bar link. What is it called? Idle arm. Yeah. Got the chrome master cylinder that we're gonna gold plate. We're gonna gold plate as well. So we got the gold stuff marked up so you guys can see how it looks. Alright, YouTube, we back on the Vert. As you can see, my guy got all the suspension part broke down. And I done started painting the frame. That's what I'm using. So, started cutting this up, cleaning this up. Same thing on this side. I'm going to take the flat wheel and the grinder, grind all this smooth, and paint all of this black along with this right here. I'm going to grind all this smooth with the flat wheel, paint it black. I haven't painted this side yet because I got some spots here that I want to try to grind smooth first. Here are the upper and lower control arms. Sorry about that, battery died. So here go the upper and lower control arms. I gotta drop them off to the shop around the corner. Gotta replace these bushings on the side, these bushings here, and they all got to be pressed in, and we don't have a press, so take them around there to him Monday, and hopefully we get them back pretty soon. So alright, YouTube, that's where we at on this. Finna get a broom and clean up from around here and start grinding this so I can paint this radiator support. See y'all in the next clip. Redoing the ball joints on the Vert. Got all these parts right here new. Upper ball joint. So we painted it black, pressure washed it and painted it black. That's the passenger side. We got the driver's side on. Started painting the frame. Somewhat on, we gotta put that bolt on. Hopefully we be through with the suspension this week. So we can go ahead and drop the motor in. I still haven't had time to. I'll probably do that tonight. Mess with this part right here. I've been working on that tow truck, but I think I'm gonna mess with this tonight, so I'm going to get it painted and get it done. Hi YouTube, we're back on the Vert. I got my new sheet metal here, and we're going to be fixing a lot of these rust holes. I'm trying to cut it out as square as I can possibly can. I'm probably going to end up having to cut some of these pieces out here. I just want to get it welded up here first, then I might end up cutting this section out so I can put that section new. But I'm gonna try to put all this new first. But yeah. So all right, let me finish cutting this out, then cut this out, and then we're gonna take the flap wheel and kind of grind all this back to the metal so I can get something to weld to. And we'll be back once I get everything tacked in. All right, YouTube, this is the back side. I just cut out this rust piece right here. We're gonna replace it with this right here and weld it in. Then we're gonna flip it over, and I'm gonna trim this. It's sticking out, so I'm gonna take my marker and mark it on the back side, or probably do it up here so I can trim this out, so it'll be kind of, since the firewall is doing this and this is going straight, so I'm gonna kind of make my new metal do the same thing. So all right, YouTube, let's weld in this piece and flip it over. All right, YouTube, that's how we looking. I just got one little section right here that I'm gonna cut out from the back side, make that piece, and man, and I gotta weld this gap and we be done. Then I got rid of all the rust, and so I'm gonna grind everything smooth, prime it up, and then go to paint. But you won't see none of this. I actually got a battery tray that's gonna sit over all of this. I think the only piece you might see is up in here, so we'll make sure I grind that well, make sure I grind all of it good. But the battery tray, I got a chrome battery tray that I'm a gold plate that's actually gonna sit right here. So, which is another reason why I wanted to reinforce it some more. And I got thicker sheet metal because it's gonna hold the battery too. So, but yeah, it's not going nowhere. All right, YouTube, I'll go ahead and flip it back over, cut out this piece here. Y'all can see the little holes, re-weld that in, and this will be done. See y'all in the next clip. All right, YouTube. Oh, gotta do this hole right here. I forgot about this hole. I'm gonna grind it smooth. I'm gonna put a piece of metal under here, and I'm just gonna fill that whole entire hole up with weld and grind it smooth. But my welder keeps burning holes in there, so I'm gonna try to tack it again, and then I'm gonna just seam seal everything before I use that rust primer that turns it to black, and then we should be ready to paint. But I'm gonna try to fill these little gaps in. Standing right here, I can see it better, and then we're gonna seam seal everything and prime it. But right now I'm gonna cut a piece of metal, lay it under here like that, and fill it all in with weld and grind it all smooth. So all right, YouTube, I'll be back once I seam seal this thing. All right, YouTube, I forgot to show you guys that I forgot to weld that back wall, so I just finished that up, and I just grind it all of this smooth with the flap wheel. Got some of that surface rust off of it. My sand back here too. I'm just done. Gotta get another wheel. But sand all back here, across here. Then I'm gonna prime it with that rust primer that turns black. Then I'm gonna paint it with the top coat black. Knocked off a lot of shavings on this side, so I need to blow it off. You can see down in there. So yeah, I'm gonna get another flat disc, go up in here on both sides, and then we'll prime it and paint it tomorrow. Then try to body work this fender, some putty, some panel bond or some seam sealer, and then we can scuff it and get it ready for paint. I think the other fender got a small little rust hole, something I can just cut out and just weld back in. So it's not as bad as this one, so I'm not even gonna show the other one. So tomorrow we'll seam seal, prime and paint this. So that's it for me today, man. See y'all tomorrow. I don't have any seam seal and I don't have any rust primer, so to be continued. All right, y'all, we got everything seam sealed and everything sanded. I just need to take this little bracket off, and then I'm gonna prime it, let it sit overnight, come back, sand it, and then I got a rust hole on the other one that I'm gonna fix, do the same thing, then we can paint them and get them back on the car. Pretty much almost done with the suspension. Got pretty much everything back together on this side. Just waiting on the longer studs. They should be here tomorrow. Yeah, then I'm gonna paint this piece right here black so it matches everything else, but we don't stand still until the studs come in. Well, all right, YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and prime this and let it sit overnight. Be right back. We back on the Vert. Last I left you guys yesterday was priming the inner fenders. Well, we got that done. This is the driver and the passenger. Only thing I got to do now is take like some 320 or some 180 and smooth out the seam sealer, and then I can paint this, prime this, and then it'll be ready to scuff, clean, and paint. What we've been waiting on to finish up the suspension has finally came in. It's supposed to be in here yesterday, but it came today. We needed longer studs because of the wheels that we're going with, and those are just too short. So I didn't want to put it all together, then have my mechanic have to take it all the way apart just to change out the studs. So hopefully these are the right ones. I had ordered a pair of ARP studs for a customer's car, and they were too big, and I had to reorder some for his car. So the ones that I ordered for his car was actually too small for mine, so I had to go another step bigger. But what worries me is that it says Ford and Chrysler, but it's the same thread pattern, 1/2 by 20, as what my car is. So hopefully, man, they work. If they don't work, then we'll be sending them back and ordering another pair, and it's gonna stop the progress once again, because there's no point of putting this together when we need longer studs. So we should know here in a couple hours, once my mechanic get here, if these work, and we can continue with finishing it up, or another minor setback. So see y'all in the next clip, man. We'll know, y'all will know in the next clip. See y'all in a minute. Alright, y'all. Got all the suspension done. Got the tires back on. Man, new wheel bearing, new ARP studs. Man, everything. Sway bar links. And out of tie rod in. New shocks. It's all installed, man. Went ahead and put this fender on. I couldn't put the driver's side fender on because the little piece that I modified, man, it doesn't sit flush with this. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna have to cut it out again. I'm probably gonna end up having to repaint this fender because I'm gonna have to modify it. I should have tried to test fit it when I welded it. That was a rookie mistake, man. I don't even know why I didn't even try it, man. I done this plenty of times and I don't know why I didn't try to test fit it, but you know, it is what it is. So just wanted to show you guys everything is done. Motor mounts in, so I'm not going to show fixing the fender. So in part 5, the fender will be fixed, the fender will be installed, and that way we can go ahead and drop the motor in and wire it up. So spending too much time on this part when we need to be dropping that motor in. So alright, YouTube, that's it, man. See y'all in part 5. We will have the fender on and we will have the motor installed. Hopefully we can crank it and drive it in part 5, but we'll see. Hopefully. So y'all know what to do, man. Subscribe and see what I do next.